We're gonna do a song that you never heard before. The volume.
Here they come and get wicked. Here we go again. Hey, it's Kennedy, my brother from another mother. What's happening, bro?
What's good, bro?
Hey, man, I am another day in paradise, bro. I cannot complain.
That's what's up.
I'm still riding my birthday high, though, bro.
That 40.
Listen, man, the 40 has been lovely, though, bro. 40 been lovely, though, man. I'm talking about, like, man, been riding this birthday high, though. I think I gotta say, man, the 40 probably by far, not gonna say by far, but definitely best birthday, I think, so far.
I'm happy for you.
Best birthday, man.
40 for me. Like I said, I was in a whole different space. So
hey, let's get that music. We got some things to get into, though.
All right.
We're gonna talk about it right here, right now.
The Slash Brothers Podcast, the greatest podcast of all time. The Slash Brothers Podcast, the greatest podcast of all time. It doesn't matter what your name is. The Slash Brothers Podcast, the greatest podcast of all time. The Slash Brothers Podcast, the greatest podcast of all time.
So let me tell you about this this birthday here, bro. So usually, right? So for me, I if you are like a December birthday, or even like close right after December, you know, like after Christmas, basically. A lot of times people shortchange you for your birthdays, right? You get them birthday Christmas gifts. And so even with that being the case, though, man, I think that I've found myself also worried about, you know, other people around, you know, my birthday. So there's been times where, you know, you might be members of this and you get birthday discount this. And I'm thinking like, yo, this might be a good time now for me to be. Matter of fact, my birthday weekend, perfect example. I end up on my birthday weekend, went Christmas shopping for other people on my birthday weekend, though, bro. Typical thing, though. And so this particular year, because of, you know, with COVID and the whole climate of that we're in now, man, I was kind of wondering like how this year would be, though, man, just because my original plan was to be somewhere celebrating my birthday in Europe, laid back with a nice little drink in my hand, you know what I'm saying, doing something real cool, you know, warm weather, preferably if that was the case. So didn't get a chance to do that. So, you know, stayed in the crib, though, man, or stayed home locally, and had a good little time, though, man. And what was real dope about it, though, man, is that, like I said, went to the restaurant that I went to Miss Icy's. That was the bomb, right? Got up with the in-laws. That was the bomb, right? So everything was cool, man. And so my original plan, right, was that since I didn't go out of town, I was like, let me try to go ahead. I wanted to buy a new ride. Haven't had a new car. Aside from the missus, right? We got missus, got a new ride. And so I hadn't had a car haven't had to have one since 05. Now listen, since 05, how many different cars have you had?
Since 05?
Since 05, how many different cars have you had? 6?
No, because I had the Explorer.
Yeah, the Explorer.
The Journey.
The Journey.
I had the Traverse, and I had the Pilot. But what I'm saying is, I don't know when the years were. I couldn't tell you the years.
But you had the Honda. That's 5. You had the HHR. That's 6. I thought you was around 6.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is I don't know the years though. That's what I'm saying.
No. But since 2005.
I understand that. That's what I'm saying. I don't know the years that I got those vehicles though. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You threw me on the spot. So I'm just thinking about what cars I had. So I don't know the years.
Sister jumped in. She said since 2005, right? So since 2005, I had the same. I bought my Dodge Durango, and it was a 2005. I bought it in 2005. I've had, and this. Let me tell you how long. Now think about that, right? How much has changed since 2005? When I bought it, this was when I bought it the year before they started standardly putting the aux in the cars. When I got my truck, it was like a luxury, right? So I missed the aux, right? I'm on a road trip here past the aux. Let me see what you got. I missed that. Then a few years after that, Bluetooth, missed the Bluetooth, right? So I've been riding straight CD for years. Then Target stopped selling CDs, right? People stopped selling CDs when streaming platforms came about more. And so it was like I was limited on and I died laughing, man, going through my old CD book, finding like all of these old albums and everything like that I haven't listened to them in years. And I'm just thinking like, God, what do you do with old CDs, bro? Do you ever throw them out?
Nah, I don't throw them out. I still got them. I don't know. Like,
who still listens to CDs?
I mean, I still have listened to CDs. That's not the thing. It's just one of those things. I was afraid to get rid of them because I didn't have them available digitally. But now that I am a subscriber to Tidal, Black owned, I decided since that point, now that I can have access to digital properties, then I don't need it. You ain't got to worry about CDs getting scratched. You don't have to worry about, having the song, you ain't got to worry about the physical media. Like, I'm in the phase of downsizing, getting rid of stuff like that. I'm always preparing myself. Like if I was to move, what am I going to take with me?
Facts.
So digital media is where it's at for me. Movies, CDs, all of that, like digital. Just let me email me or something.
What was interesting to me though, bro, is the stuff that I found, right? That I forgot all about. So I'm sitting here. I found old mixtapes. I found some old stuff that me and the boy PBR did, right? I'm talking about old Holla Boy stuff. This is old stuff, right? That I didn't even want. I wanted to at least rip it from the CD before I go ahead and get rid of it. Like some of those songs, though, bro. I found an old CD that I made that had nothing but the songs that me, Randy, and Mel, and Spark, I'm not gonna even shade on like that, used to listen to in the headquarters. That was it. Well, now, mind you, I couldn't listen to it in the car because I didn't have a CD player in the car or a tape player in the car. So it was when we were actually in the spot though, bro. So it was real nostalgia. So finally, though, fast forward, I finally go ahead and find a new ride. That was for the birthday. So that was the birthday present. Mm-hmm. So that was real dope. Shout out to the research department for making sure that came through. Mm-hmm. What else, man? Oh, finally found me the cool little hat, right? Got my little cool little R&B style hat. Found it, that came through, right? Oh man. So right when I thought it was over, right? I'm cool. Listen, at this point, I'd already won on the birthday. It was already best birthday right then and there, right? Then the homie comes through. I'm checking the mail, right? The homie pulls up on the board, and I said, hey, yo, listen, bro. This one is probably one of the last 2 to 3 pairs of shoes that I've always wanted.
Yeah.
I've never I could have
45 on the back.
These are the 45s.
Oh.
Listen. So when I was in high school, right? So this was crazy. I knew a lot of people in high school. Oh. So I knew a lot of people in high school who would just let me get my stuff situated here. So I knew a lot of people in high school, man, who would always be up there at getting all the J's when they came out, right?
Mhm.
And so for me, I was never one of those. Like by the time I was 15, man, I was working, and it was like, Miles was like, yo, you getting too old now. Y'all too big now. I can't, y'all got to catch your own stuff. I was like, all right, I get that. So I had my own money. I could have bought the shoes. I just never wanted to spend all my money on the J's like that, though, man. So I went years. So that's why the Air Max 95s, right? Never got the 95s. They've been $150 since forever. 97s been the same, right? So there are shoes that I'm getting now that I just would have never even gotten in high school. Then the J's, fast forward, the prices are going up, and I just can't fathom. I would have never. My thing is this, though, bro. I'll easily buy for someone else something that I would pay more for something for somebody else than I would for myself, right? Like I would buy you something and wouldn't have any buyer's remorse with buying it. You know me, as soon as I buy something, that buyer's remorse start to kick in, the clock is going. And I know that it's a solid buy for me when the buyer's remorse doesn't kick in, right?
Right.
So when I had, checked I'm sitting here at the desk, right? Doorbell ring. I'm thinking like, okay, yeah, I already got an Amazon package here. I'm straight on that. So completely unexpected, bro. I'm opening up the box. I see the Jordan on the box, and I was like, whoa. This looks like this makes me some Ace Kennedy working zone over here. But it was these, though, bro. And it's not the fact that, listen, I tell people this all the time. When I say that me and you are truly brothers from another mother, it's not that you just bought kicks. It's the fact that you bought these, bro. Because you know that I would never have bought them on my own. These particular ones, though, bro. Thank you. Listen, bro.
I see you ain't even tried them on either.
I haven't tried them on. And listen, I have my Kobe's, right?
Yeah.
And I've worn my Kobe's all of one time, and I've had them for like 4 years. And I wore them just because at first I was like, I don't want to wear them until I wear them in a video.
Right.
I don't know when I'm gonna ever wear these. I may not never wear these though, bro.
So here's the thing, right? I have those, but I got the ones with the 23 on the back. I've never worn them outside. Like I always take them to location. Like if I'm like I've worn them at Light Church or whatever. So I'll take them to Light Church. I wear another pair of shoes.
You bring them in the bag like you're hooping.
Yeah. Bring them out, put them on. Put them back up before I leave. Because here's the story behind mine. I had them when I was younger, and something got on them, and so I tried to clean them, and the ink from the rain, it bled onto the canvas, and couldn't never get it out.
I remember that. That's what's funny to me about it, because every time I see those shoes, I think about when you had those particular shoes.
Yeah.
And was, listen, always envious about the Jays game. You was killing it on the Jays. I can only remember I remember you, Alberto Jones, who was the trader who left us from the Rue Dogs and ran on over hightailed it on over to Ellison. So Alberto, Brian Jones, another trader. Golly, Brian Jones had all the J's. Brandon and Lewis Wilkerson had all the J's. Who else? Maybe Rod and Royce had the J's. But I would never like it was just two of them, one of them, right? It was just you and April. So I was never gonna be able to afford those. I didn't have in high school. I couldn't get the polo boots. They were too expensive. They was $150 in high school, so I got the Eastlands, right? So I'm collecting shoes now in life that I couldn't afford in high school, though, bro.
See, I cheated though, man, because my dad was in the military, so I always got military discounts. So I would go on the base, and they would be substantially cheaper than you would at the mall and stuff like that.
And my family was military too, bro. I just couldn't. I wasn't go. Listen, man. What I'm saying is that even if that's the case, I was never going to be able to. I never, maybe my buyer's remorse kicked in that long ago.
Yeah.
Because I just couldn't fathom paying that much. So I would buy maybe 1-2 pairs of shoes because it was all my money though. Shout out to the boy Jermaine, by the way, though, man.
Yeah. Well, see, here's the thing though. I think for me, because that happened to those shoes, like that's why I won't do it now. But we only got 1 pair of shoes a year. So those 1 pair of shoes was school shoes and basketball shoes or whatever the case may be. So now that I'm older, I cherish shoes. I have a ton of shoes. I do. But at the same time, like I keep my shoes. Like, you know what I'm saying? I clean, like I wear them. I clean them. Like I take care of them because I didn't have that growing up. And so even like when I look at Deuce, this boy get like a pair of basketball shoes. He tightened up on school shoes. And then for the summer league, he get another pair. And I'm just thinking like, bro, you have no idea. He has no idea.
One of the best things that you could do, like this is the thing that was crazy. So when I was in 10th grade, right? One of the things that I wanted to do, because at the time you couldn't, this is funny about basketball shoes, right? So in 10th grade, when we were in 11th grade and 12th grade, only varsity got shoes, right? If you were on JV, you had your regular shoes, right? And so it was almost like a goal, bro. You was balling for them shoes because people knew, you know what I'm saying? Like if you had them shoes, that meant you got that varsity look. So when I was in 10th grade, I was really trying to grind it out to at least at some point in my junior year make varsity. And you know, at the time though, bro, it's like when I was in 10th grade going to 11th grade, I mean, being on varsity was a big deal because I mean, this was hoopers, right? Hoopers, and it wasn't like it's weird, man, because when I remember when we were in high school, bro, that if you was on the basketball team, right, like you was the best in the city, there wasn't like, and with respect to some people who were good hoopers, I remember some people who never got the look, right? But at the same time, if you played, then you still, even the people who you knew was hoopers in the neighborhood, when you were on varsity, it was never a case where people thought you didn't deserve to be on it. But even more than that, it was the fact that you had the shoes, bro. Like, because for me, that mean I didn't have to worry about buying my own shoes to hoop in. I was gonna get them varsity shoes though, bro. We had Reeboks, and it didn't matter what the shoes were. It's just I didn't have to worry about buying them for myself. And then and more than that though, man, it was chasing you though, man. Chasing being on varsity, but I just remember having the buyer's remorse that I was just like, nah, bro, I would have never gotten J's. And I never had, it took me to being, I think that my wife bought me my first pair of Jordans and I was like 24, 25. And what's crazy is she did it for the same reason. It was like, you would have never bought these for yourself, even though you like them. And she went ahead and scooped them on up.
Well, this has been like a 3-year thing in the process because it was like I've always wanted to do that because like you said, I knew you would never do it. So when the 40th hit, I was like, this is that time. I got to do it. So I went up and it took everything in me not to. I mean, I told you I bought you something that was on the way, but it took everything within me not to tell you what was on the way because
man,
I needed it to be like a surprise. And so, yeah, I was happy when you got them.
And that buyer's remorse is serious for me though, man. I'm talking about like it don't take me. It might, like there's been some times, dog, where I've bought something in the mall and I might hit you and be like, yo, I just scooped up these sneaks and they fly. By the time I get to the car, I'm already thinking like, damn, you know what? I could have bought this. I could have bought that. I could have did this for somebody else. I could have did this, that, and the other. And it's weird though, man. And so I would have never though, man. And that's kind of the thing. So I thought about it. I'm gonna put you on the spot, right? Yeah. Because I think that this one might be the best birthday. What's the best gift you've ever gotten? Birthday or Christmas? Any gift, period. Listen, if the homie Jermaine the girl Tisha, shout out to everybody, all them rude dogs in these comments. Tell me also your best gift that you've ever gotten for Christmas, any gift, birthdays, whatever. What's your Ace Kennedy? What is your best?
I really don't know, because I mean, it's one of those things. Like for me, I pretty much get the same stuff every year. Like I don't really change it up. Like it's either video games, shoes, or, you know. I don't.
People know you, so it's like buy you more of what you like.
Yeah, that's it. So I don't. But I can tell you though, the most memorable birthday ever is my 30th birthday, because Sarah threw me an 80s party, and it was crazy.
Oh, you know the crazy thing is, 30 birthday was also I still got old pictures. This was funny. When we turned 30, when I turned 30, that same year, I went bowling and had a bunch of the friends, bunch of the homies. And what's wild is I still see those pictures pop up periodically from 10 years ago. Yeah. And I'm looking at everybody. I'll be like, dang, boys is younger looking, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you saw like a bunch of chubbier faces. Like most of the people who I know from back then have all gotten slim since then. Boys was eating good back when you was 30 though, bro. Like it was crazy.
Yeah, that 30th birthday though, it was off the hook, bro. Cause she rented out a spot. She rented out this this spot. What you call it? It was like Buddha Tower or something like that. She rented out this spot, man, and yo, it was crazy, bro. I mean, it was so many people that showed up, but yeah, it was crazy, bro.
Yeah, that boy Jermaine said his daughter bought him tickets to a Cavs game to see LeBron. Tisha chopped the cake though. She got a trip to Paris out here in the East. Wait a minute though. Let me find out the homie is stacking them chips like that. Yo. Oh, this was on your 30.
Yeah.
And the boy Chris Top.
he did come on through.
No dreads on that though, huh?
Nah, he that boy was straight wild. Oh yeah.
Where the hell was I at on this though, bro? Why wasn't I there anyway?
I have no idea, bro. That cake went fed. Yeah, she did her thing, bro. Yeah,
that's fire, bro. Why the hell wasn't I there anyway, bro?
I have no clue. That does I do.
Jesus Christmas.
Yeah, it was lit, bro. I'm talking about straight lit. It was lit. Yeah, trip to Paris. That girl. Wow. Yeah,
you know what? So this is what's funny. So for me, I think that there's a couple things. So like so I remember, bro. So shout out to my sister Kima. She one time, okay, dang, she got their overseas airplane ticket. $50. Okay, golly, okay, they getting hop on there. She took the hop on over to Paris there, bro. My sister, man, she one time she gave me, I had the Bel Air, bro, sitting for like 2 years, right? And so she wound up for Christmas. This is at the time. My sister, she was stacking. She had bread galore. So she gave me the money basically to get the Bel Air fixed, right? Everything I needed left. She was like, I'm gonna give you, just gave me an envelope full of money. I was like, man. And so I knew that was the start. The Billie Jean was cool then. And then I remember, my in-laws, bro, they went down to the casinos, bro, and they wound up hitting on the penny slot, bro, like 10 bands or something crazy like that, though, bro. And this was right before Christmas. They went and balled out for Christmas, man, and just got, everybody they could think of. We went to DC, and Pops had just bought a 4Runner a little while before. We had the whole 4Runner loaded all the way up. We was most uncomfortable ride. There was 3 of us in the back. Christmas present always, so much so that as soon as you open the trunk, they just falling on out though. But I remember she wound up buying me this high-end camcorder. I still got it. It cost like $500, $600 at the time though, man. And this was like in 2003 or something crazy like that though, bro. So, but good times though, man. Like this, but this one right here though, bro. This one goes up there, man. Yeah, this one is probably this was top 5, bro.
Yeah, I just wish that phone call had been, bro. You was so lit when you called. It was
oh my God. This one, listen, bro. top 5 for me, top 5 gifts that I can think of, bro. Only because, like I said, it's not just the fact that you bought your boy a shoe, but it's the shoe and the significance of it, though, bro. That's fire, bro.
But it landed
that right there. Landon thought they was dope, bro. He thought they was fire, though, bro. And I just got him his Bigfoot self. He had just bought some. He jumped a 7.5. So he basically went from 7 to like 8. And so I scooped him on up some LeBrons. And then, this time around, I had to have him try everything on. So he knew kind of what he was getting for Christmas, basically, because he had to try them on. So I scooped him up some, though, just a little while ago, man. So he's still fresh on his sneaker high himself, though, man. But yeah, he was like, yo, they dope. They super fly, though, man. So
yeah.
Hey, man. So we got a couple things, though, man. But listen, top five, maybe top 3 right there, though, bro. Very easy top 3. Couple things to get into, man. Listen, I saw today it was official. Electoral colleges finally made it official. Said no. We got Biden. He's out. He's taking. Hold on. Before we jump on them, let's give us a tie between the trip to Atlanta on the City Pass because I had a blast and had to beg to go back and some Philly. Okay. Listen, man. Is he gonna formally concede? I saw now that Mitch McConnell officially made an official month for at least formally came out and said, yeah, he is the president-elect, which is a big deal to Republicans because he's their mouthpiece. He's the person who, gets stuff done. I'd imagine that he'd be like the whip. Ain't that what they call it in House of Cards? Yeah. The whip. He's the whip. He gets it cracking. I suppose that's what the whip does. But what he says hold weight, apparently, though, man. So if he called it, I think that makes it official. But I do find it funny, though, man, that I've been seeing more and more things flare up out in D.C. with some of these Proud Boys and some of these other groups that are Trump supporters that are kind of causing some ruckus on out there, though, man. But I'm asking you, Ace Kennedy, how do you think this concession is going to go?
It won't be a concession. It will be a review of everything in his mind that was positive during his run. And that would be it. You know what I'm saying? He'll move out the way, but I'm just saying it won't be like, and I'm here for full support of the president. Like, it ain't gonna be none of that. He ain't done nothing presidential yet, so I ain't expecting it now. So,
hey man, I think that is crazy. I think that it's crazy that in these states that he lost, that he was traditionally, winning in last time, Georgia, Arizona, for example, right? He talked good, he talked up, said great things about Brian Kemp, right? And then for the governor of Arizona, talk great stuff about him. Boy, the minute these boys lost, and these particular governors was like, hey, he lost, man. He was like, oh, y'all some suckers, bro. Somebody get these marks up out of there, bro. I died laughing on how fast he changed the tune, which I'm just blown away by. When you're a Trump supporter versus a loyalist of the Republican Party, though, bro, I think that's just funny how fast he will turn on you, though, bro. William Barr, who's he resigned as well here recently, though, bro. He has something to say about that. But listen, man, I think that it's great. I don't expect to be a succession. I agree with you. I think that he's going to talk up all of the things that he actually done that no other president in the history of the United States has done before. And so I fully expect for that to be the case, but I do not expect for him to say something like, keep him in your prayers. He's gonna pray to lift him on up to lead us best. Or no, nothing presidential, nothing.
You're right.
No, nothing at all.
Nah, man, I think it's a wrap. You know what I'm saying? He gonna, he's not gonna really say nothing about it, and he gonna just use that opportunity as a way to talk about all the things that he did and this, that, and the other. What was you about to say?
I got a question for you. What do these next level Trump supporters do without Trump for the next, let's say, at least the 4 years? right? So you got groups who came along. And let's just say, for example, I think Proud Boys has probably been the one that's been most notable, but I think Proud Boys may have been around for a little while. I could be wrong on that, right? But then you also have groups like QAnon whose ideologies are based on Trump being the leader. And those folks now don't have their guy in office. So what do those extreme Trump supporters do for the next 4 years, bro?
I really don't know. I mean, the thing is that once you get to a point to where it's like he's no longer the president, like, are you just, rallying up for the trying to get ready for the next go round? Like, what is it exactly? You know what I'm saying? So
what do you do with all of the, how like when you when you win, when the two teams are going to the Super Bowls or two teams are going to the NBA finals, and they make all of these shirts for both teams just in case somebody don't win,
right?
Somebody loses, and they typically pack up those and send all that stuff over to some third world country to get those kids something that they can wear. Is that what they pack? Are all these Trump supporters, the Trumpanzees, are the Trumpanzees going to go ahead and package up all of those Trump memorabilia and shirts and all those 45 hats and saying, let's go ahead and send these on over to some third world country who can use something like that, bro?
Man, I have no clue what they gonna do, because it's just one of those things, like, bro, they took the L, but they really did think that they were gonna win. And that's the thing. So it's just like, bro, what do you do?
What are we gonna do about Melania? She's ready to get up out of there. How soon do you think Melania is out there, bro? Is she out there do you think Melania is gonna be out there before New Year's?
Go ahead.
I think she's trying to spend New Year's with a man, bro.
Yeah.
So I think that she's trying to get out there. What do you think, bro?
Yeah, I think she's probably already gone, bro.
You think she gone already?
Yeah. Have you seen her?
I have not seen her, but they usually have been showed. I don't know if they've actually officially showed movers there, but I think she has been working with some kind of consultant or something like that, though, man. But I think Melania is trying to get out of there so she can spend New Year's Eve doing the ball drop with her man, bro. I can't see Melania. Bruh. Let me ask you this, and we can get off of this after this. One more question for you there, Ace Kennedy.
What's up?
What happens in 4 years, right? So 45 is going to be like 80-some years old then. So you got this 80-some-year-old man. And now, in 4 years, if Melania says, peace, I'm out. I've never seen us, and maybe I could be wrong, but I've never seen the United States have a bachelor. Fitz was the last bachelor we had. Fitz was it. Fitz was the last. What are we going to do about that, bro?
This boy said Fitz.
Fitz was the last bachelor we had as the president. What happens? How is that a say? What kind of look is that though? Right.
I mean, at this point, it's just like, what else do you really expect for 2020? You know what I'm saying? What else could really, really, really surprise you at this point? So it's one of them things, like, bro, I'm ready. I'm ready for 46 to get off in there, bro.
I'm gonna go ahead and follow up our letter to the White House, confirming that we will help Melania. The Slash Brothers will help Melania move her stuff on up out of there, bro, because we rock with Melania on the Slash Brothers podcast, though.
That's right.
Hey, listen, bro. Somebody else who we rock with, Megan Thee Stallion, the Texas Treasure, who should be protected at all times and by all costs. Now, listen, I've seen this trend of this twerk dance that Megan Thee Stallion has been doing, and I see more and more girls that she's tagging in on this post doing this little twerk dance that she's been doing. She got the cakes moving, major. If you know, you know. And I was like, that is grand, because we love some Megan Thee Stallion on the Slash Brothers podcast. That's right. What we do.
That's what we do. Somebody didn't like it though.
What we doing about this? Ace? Talk to me.
So apparently, your boy Tori said that she out here twerking, but she she can't take she
take
can't
the D.
yeah,
You can't take the D.
can't take it. What we gonna do about young Tori, brother?
Ace Kennedy. I don't believe him, and I'm gonna go ahead and say I don't believe him simply because she's from Texas. So if she tells me that he's lying, I'm inclined to believe her. But Ace Kennedy, I don't know what he's saying, but this woman is 6 foot tall, and she looks like she comes in weighing about 150. I don't have any visual evidence to believe or corroborate his story. I would need more information from him before I even entertain believing these thoughts.
Yeah, man. He sound butthurt to me. That's what it sounds like to me. He sound
He
butthurt.
sounds it.
Sound like he missed.
Now, with that said, I don't know that he actually said her name, but you knew, right? You knew that he was implying that he was talking about her, bro.
Facts. You know how people just waiting. People be waiting to see when somebody tweets something, and in the
I was almost mad, bro. I was almost mad because I'm gonna be honest. I'm on Megan Thee Stallion's side. She's from Texas. We protect her at all times. But I was trying to be fair and say, well, you know what? If this man said I'm not guilty,
yeah,
I don't want to. That means something to me, right? That's that admission of not guilty is to me equally as weighting as admitting that you are, right? So, but dog, no, we ain't letting this slide, bro. I can't let this. There would be no Megan Thee Stallion slander on my watch.
Yeah, he out there. That boy in full slander, bro. That boy missing, bro.
God.
He missing.
Now, listen, bro. Last week, Keisha Cole, Ashanti didn't happen.
Did not. My girl ended up with COVID. So
they rescheduled it.
Yeah. Unfortunate.
Listen,
what's up?
They're replacing it. They announced two.
Okay.
Two that's going to go on. Now, mind you, Keisha Cole, Ashanti moved out to January. Replacing that, E40, Fonzarelli, Fody Wilder, Earl Simmons. Replacing them. Too Short, Ace Kennedy. What say you, bro?
What do I say about it?
What say you?
I didn't even eat. You gotta be kidding me.
I shut my camera off for you for the audio listeners because I am not here for this. I have no idea why they would even do this versus. Who is asking for this versus? For me, I don't listen to Too Short. E40, I like some, the older stuff. I haven't listened to anything new. It's not for me.
Let me tell you what I think is interesting about this though, bro. Okay, so when people say legendary, this is the thing that I can tell you this. What I'll tell you this is what I love when you talk about longevity, right? So E40, right? The last big hit that I remember even having E40 on, right, was Big Sean. I don't fuck with you. He was on that. That was just a couple of years ago, right? And so let's put this in context, right?
Yeah, and he's had albums since then too.
Right, but here's where I think that this tells you standing the test of time, because E40 has 28 albums, and the first E40 song with Captain Saberho on it was like in 95. So when you think you fast forward in that much time later and your voice, right, still commands a hit or still commands a feature, that to me says something to me. Like, with that said though, Ace Kennedy, I know people who stand by the fact that E40 is the worst rapper of all time and Too Short to them is the second worst of all time. Like, I know people who absolutely hate them. But the flip side to that is I know people, the bad guy in particular, who absolutely loves E40 to death. And if he loves E40, I'm sure he has to love Too Short. I'm sure he does.
I'm just saying, I think this will be the lowest watched versus.
Listen, bro, I think it's gonna surprise you. I'm gonna tell you that I would imagine that there's gonna be about 500,000 people that's gonna be watching it. It won't be anywhere near Jeezy, Gucci, but I think about 500,000. I think it's gonna surprise. Let's talk about this though, bro.
Mm-hmm.
So E40, he got Snap Your Fingers, right? He's on Snap Your Fingers, Lil Jon. He got that. He got Tell Me When to Go. Tell Me When to Go. One of my favorite E40 songs, right? He said, Jesus Christ had tricks, so shake them. I ain't got none, but I'm planning on growing some. That's fire. Listen, say what you want to say about E40. That's fire. He has Sprinkle Me. Timer, 40 water. Sprinkle me, man. Listen, bro. It's not a game. He has You and That. Girl, I'm a shaking and acting the donkey, trying to get to you and that monkey. With Candy from Escape on there, bro. This man has, if he plays the verse, I don't owe it you. He got that verse on there. He got One Love. He got Things Will Never Change. He has Yay Area. Yay Area is one of my favorite E40. It's one of my favorite beats of all time. He has Hope I Don't Go Back. Hope I don't go back to slanging yayo. Slanging yayo to get my mayo. That's hard, bro. I say that to say this. E40's catalog is better than what people think, though, bro.
Right.
So it's gonna be. He has Captain Save-A-Home on here. If he plays his features from the No Limit songs, listen, man. E40 got some things. He got Nana with Nate Dogg. He got Ballin' with My Homies, Nate Dogg. He got Dusted and Disgusted with Tupac and Spice One. Like, he got some songs though, bro. Like, real talk. But I think that a lot of people, he's just not for everybody though, bro.
Yeah. I just, like I said, he has hits. I know that. You know what I'm saying? It was around that era with Twister and all of that. So he got the hits, but I'm just saying, I don't think this was the one that people wanted to see, though.
Too Short. Too Short's another one. Longevity. Too Short has like 11 or 12 albums, bro. Not very many people walking around that can say they have that kind of thing. Too Short came out in the 80s, bro. What we talking about here, though, man? That dog. 80s, 90s, 2000, 2010s, 2002. That technically is 5 decades of hip hop, bro. That Too Short has been alive and well to witness, bro. Listen, when I first heard Too Short, The Ghetto, I was living in Shreveport, Louisiana, though, bro. And it was one of the first times that I actually heard somebody who was doing, it wasn't that particular song, wasn't that what I consider to be gangster rap, but it was real storytelling. It was real indicative to me of Shreveport when we were there in the 80s, right? And I think the thing that I love about The Ghetto, man, was that it was storytelling and I understood it. It was very simple. This was funny. Even when I was like 8 years old, I remember hearing that song and what he was rapping about resonated with me though, right? But yeah. he got Blow the Whistle. He got Shake That Monkey from the Crunk era. He got the Jay-Z It Was All Good about a week ago for Fight the Feeling. He got Dumb Diddy Dumb. He got Blowjob Betty. These is all hood records from the 80s, though. Listen, man, I think that what's going to happen, though, Ace, is that I think that Too Short is going to bring out some nostalgia for all the people who wear their Kangos backwards, like Samuel Jackson, bro. And I think that people are going to have enjoy. I anticipate about 500,000 people are going to join on this one, bro. And I think it's going to be better than what people think, bro.
I don't know. I think the most they're going to get probably about 350,000. That's about it.
350. I think that Verzuz alone is going to do it, man. If Too Short has the same car from his first album in the back, I think it was a Baritz, bro. If he has the Baritz in the background of him I'm gonna lose it. It's cold. If E40 has his money green 72 Cutlass out here, bro, smashing it, bro. Smashing it all. Listen, man, I'm not saying I don't want to overhype it, but I'm just gonna tell you that I think that it could be better than what people think.
Yo, y'all let us know in the comments, man. Y'all rocking with this Versus, and if so,
am I tripping? Let me know if I'm tripping.
Yeah, let us know.
So another one that they announced. This was gonna be this is one that I would love because I'm gonna have to bring out my R&B hat. I'm gonna have to defer to you heavily on this one since you're the R&B guru. Anthony Hamilton versus Musiq Soulchild. Listen, bro. Ace Kennedy, what you got on this one, bro?
Yo, they have to sing these records. They're not just be playing these. They need to have a band set up playing both sets, and they got to come with it. And I'm gonna tell you, if Anthony Hamilton come out there and the Hamiltons these, bro, that's when Musiq gonna lose right there,
bro. So, listen, this is one of these things, right? So if I wanted to see these two in concert, if I had to pick, I would very easily pick Anthony Hamilton, right?
Yeah.
I've watched his concerts online, and it's been dope. There are certain songs that he do that drives the crowds crazy, and I love, and I'm a big fan, especially of coming from where I'm from. So I have let's talk about this because I got a question for you. Okay. So Anthony Hamilton. Now let's talk about Musiq Soulchild first, because Musiq Soulchild, I think the thing that I just remember, bro. Musiq Soulchild came out with Just Friends. This was 98, 99, maybe. I remember their headquarters being lit, right? And this is right around the time that I think a lot of people call the golden era of hip hop. I mean, excuse me, it's the golden era of R&B. A lot of great albums came out in 1998, 1999, though, right? So I'm looking here, and then here comes Musiq Soulchild. I Just Want to Sing, and bro, I just want to say the one thing I remember about Musiq Soulchild album, even back then, bro, is that his content, his songwriting, songs resonate with me as a writer and my ear when I hear someone say something that I've always thought that I could never put in words, right? And so I listen to I Just Want to Sing, and I hear that the same way. Like when I'm listening to Just Friends, he's singing about hollering at a girl, mid-tempo beat, and it's cool. You can just chill with us, or you can just chill with me. Long as you're comfortable, you feel secure when you're with me. What? Everybody else is talking about getting the cakes then. He just want to holler.
Yeah.
Yo, this man has love. And on love, to me, love, if we had to say what are the best, we had to do top 10 love songs of all time, I may say this one may be 5 for me in top 5 because it describes the words of the song. So many things I try to tell you, but I'm afraid I don't know how. Because I'm afraid you might look at me differently. What? Ace Kennedy, who says that though, man?
Yeah.
I'm afraid I don't know how. Because you might look at me different. Listen, the girl next door. That was a Chris right on point. If I would have knew the girl next door would have been you, I would have been nice to you. Would have looked twice at you. Well, wait a minute. Who is saying these things these days? This Ace Kennedy. He has 17. 17. Listen, I laugh because I heard Rick James has a song, 17. He's talking about hollering at a girl, 17. So Musiq Soulchild, 17. I was dead wrong from the door. I ain't trying to see myself locked up for knocking up some young John. Oh, this is 17 is incredible because it's like, girlie played the game just a little too mature. Damn, they had everything I was looking for until I made it late. Listen, It's incredible songwriting though, bro.
Yeah, absolutely. And I can tell you right now, we ain't got to worry about getting our show flagged because they ain't gonna recognize these songs.
They gonna see them pipes, bro. They heard it, Ace. They heard it.
For those of y'all that knows that he writes half my songs, that's the type of stuff that he sends me, and I have to depict through it what he's trying, what notes.
Auto-tune don't help me. Auto-tune does not help.
I don't listen. If you got an emoji on your phone with it,
Oh my God,
throwing his hands up like this, that's what auto-tune does when he puts on that. Auto-tune. He's like,
Auto-tune.
you want me to do it?
I can't do nothing with it, bro. I can't do nothing with it.
Hey,
But listen, man.
I'll be singing.
I'll be singing. And listen, but when you do the ones when you hear it and you be like, oh, that was cold, they really be hitting it out the door, though, bro.
Yeah, no, I think, man, like I said, I would be excited for this one if they perform the songs. I think that it's still, just like I always say, it's going to depend on song selection. But man, that doggone Musiq Soulchild got them songs. But Anthony Hamilton, his performance is great. So I just think this would be one of those shows. Like I said, you have a live band. They're playing both sets. They have separate background singers. And I just think it would be an epic.
If they do it live, right? And the minute Anthony Hamilton plays I'm a Mess, automatically wins to me. Automatically wins it.
See, my song from Anthony Hamilton is Charlene, bro. That's my joint.
Charlene is, that boy says, Charlene, if you're listening, baby, cause my heart is aching. That is my part, though, bro. Listen, Ace Kennedy. But listen, he says, so Anthony Hamilton, coming from where I'm from, he said, man, I had to walk the church. Oh, that's one of my favorite parts on there. He said, sometimes you have to do a little dirt. That coming where I'm from is dope. He said, oh, listen, what I didn't know, what if Anthony Hamilton jumps in, surprised me to find this out from the research department, that he co-wrote, oh, say what, you know that I like it, babe, girl, you know what's up. Didn't know that until today. So that goes on. He goes out here, he can play Po Folks with his verse on Nappy Roots. He plays Why with Jadakiss. He can play Thug Mansion with Tupac. He did the hook on that. He got Jill Scott, So in Love with You, Mama New Love, Since I Seen You, Can't Let Go. He got Cool with David Banner. If I'm cool, then you're cool, then we're cool. Listen, man. Let me ask you something, Ace Kennedy.
What's up?
Back to this Musiq Soulchild, because we were talking about this. We did some all-time great brackets before.
Mm-hmm.
I think Musiq Soulchild, since 1990, may be one of the best debut R&B albums since 1990. Off the top of your head, Sister Big Bone too. Shout out to Chris Top, who jumping on there. Should have been on the show today. Tell me from your perspective, an album, debut album, not a follow-up album, the first time out since 1990 that you would say this got to be top 10.
Lauryn Hill.
Lauryn Hill. Miseducation.
Yeah.
Okay. I remember getting that for free from what's the CD? Weston House, not Weston House, but
Columbia House.
Columbia House. I got that for free from Columbia House.
No, you stole it from Columbia House.
Mm-hmm. They can't hold me to a legal binding contract because I was under 18.
That's right. Jodeci.
Jodeci's 1990. Ooh, Life Jennings.
I opened for Life, bro.
Yes, but Life Jennings is another one of those that resonates with me. What else you got?
Let's see here. Missy Elliott. We talked
Missy
about
Elliott,
that.
Super Duper Fly.
Yeah, we talked about that. Tweet's debut album, but Nicole Ray. Nicole Ray. Her album was fire. I remember playing that. I remember playing that album over and over and over again.
No Genuine?
Genuine. So I'm gonna be honest. The first Genuine album didn't really pop for me like that. Like I liked a couple of songs, but that 100% is so the first one wasn't really it for me. But Brandy's first album,
Yes.
was it called 16 or something like that?
Listen, it's there. I cried under the bleachers, broken hearted. It's there.
Yeah, that's Broken Hearted.
Broken hearted is on that one though, bro. That was also, I believe, in 98, 97, 98 when that came out.
What about Boyz II Men's first album?
Boyz II Men counts. Boyz II Men was right around Jodeci, 1990. Boyz II Men counts. Mariah Carey.
Yeah.
Yeah. Beyonce.
Yeah.
Dangerously in Love. That was Beyonce's first album, though, bro.
It's dope. I'm not hating off of it. I like Beyonce. I'm just not in the hive like you.
This sound like I felt a little.
No, as soon as you said Beyonce, I just thought of Black is King, and it just hurt my soul. So
yeah, that's what made it. That's what made you go. Listen, Chris Top, I'm gonna have to solicit your expertise here, Holmes. I need for y'all, if you listen, but by the way, if you haven't already, please be sure to like and subscribe to the Slash Brothers Facebook and YouTube page. Share the broadcast. But listen, if you hear the boys' voice, let me know the best debut R&B album since 1990. Give me your 10. We got to do a new bracket because we got to get to the bottom. The other line to say who has been since 1990 the absolute best R&B album to debut, first one ever. Hey, Kelly Price, 1998, Soul of a Woman.
Well, Sparkle
also was there.
Where did Kels come out? Kels was
1990. Kels count. Who else? Kels was 90. Alicia Keys, Songs in A minor. That counts. Wait a minute, bro. Hold on. You said like Alicia Keys had like 6 songs that charted or were number 1 from that album, though, bro.
It don't mean that I have to like it just because it charted.
No, bro, stop. D'Angelo, Brown Sugar, it's right on there.
Yeah.
D'Angelo, Brown Sugar is on there, bro.
When did Ronald Isley come back? I ain't talking about the Isley brothers, but when did Mr. Biggs come back?
It as a solo artist, if you want to count that, I think that they have.
I'm just getting about to check my message. No one is called but my homies and some bill collectors. That's my joint, bro.
I still like when he said, Kelly's telling me that you're sleeping with another woman.
Because she's sleeping with her doesn't mean no.
Yeah, that was fire though, bro. That was fire though. Who else has that came out? I'm talking about debut. Because there's been a lot of albums. Oh, so listen, New, SZA, Control, Fire. Who you think Summer Walker falls through as best of all time now since 1990?
Summer Walker is her and my girl. Oh my gosh. What is her name? Used to be with Big Sean. Oh my gosh.
Janae Aiko.
Oh my gosh, I love her, bro. I can listen, like I put on sometimes, like, but if I'm trying to go to sleep, I will put both of them on. Like I definitely writing some of the new album, I've been listening to both of them.
Listen, but I'm all time though. Do you think that their debuts? Because I think so. This is the thing. I think that Janae Aiko now makes incredible music, and I think she's always has. But I'm saying the first album though.
See, this is the thing. They came in a time when albums weren't necessarily.
That's true.
They had songs that popped. I don't think like we talked about earlier. Bodies of work for this generation isn't the hot topic. You know what I'm saying? So they only put together bodies of work for their contractual obligations to do so. If they could just do singles, they would. So. I think that Summer Walker has incredible bodies of work. Like I think Janae has some. I mean, when I put on the Janae channel, the playlist, songs after songs after songs. The girl is
Let me
incredible.
tell you what's crazy. I actually thought that Mila J was gonna be better than Janae Fu.
What about LMA?
Oh, what about her?
I love her. Yeah,
But this is the thing. I like them, right? But
Yeah.
here's the thing. Like, I like them, right? But do you think that their debut albums is better than Who is Jill Scott? I don't. Like that's what I'm saying. You have to, since 1990, the first time you heard this particular artist and their albums, who do you think all time, if we was doing a bracket and you were putting songs against, who do you got going on? We got to figure this one out. I'm gonna listen. Be on the lookout for another bracket because we got to figure out who are the number 1 seeds, number 2 seeds, number 3 seeds, all the way to 8s, and to figure out what is the best debut. I in my head, I know who I think had the best debut R&B album since 1990. Now, mind you, we got to put a cap on it because I ain't trying to include the Miracles, the Temptations. That's too far back. Even though I listen to those people regularly, if Etta James, I can't put those, those on there, man. But at the same time, I can't put Luther. I can't put, that's a whole different conversation. But since 1990 is the cutoff. Who are the best one?
I mean, like you said, we're gonna have to definitely do research. But
Oh man,
you brought up her, so bro, I ain't trying to get us kicked off, but bro, I will slap 18 people for this song, bro. If it'll play. Oh yeah, that's probably why it wouldn't play if I turned it out. I forgot, I'd be turning my phone down while we on the show.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You know who you know who else I would put on that, who I would love to see. Listen, bro. If we did a bracket, you know who I would put against her first album, R&B wise. I would even go her versus Daniel Caesar or her versus Jasmine Sullivan's first album, bro.
Okay.
Love Jasmine Sullivan's first album, though.
What about Selena Johnson?
Ooh. See, that's the thing. When you talk about debuts, some people's next album, some people never come close to their first albums. And that's why it's tough, because you may have somebody who only has 3 albums and their first was incredible. Like, I think that, who's a good example of that? We were talking about this before, like Tamia. Tamia, our first album was incredible. And then you have somebody like Vivian Green, had an incredible first album. RL, incredible first album. Next, incredible first album, though, man. So I think that it's interesting when you really think about not body of work. Talk about just the first album, though, bro.
You ain't gonna just be disrespecting my boys like that first TGT album, brother. Don't you even think about rolling your eyes, bro.
To me, that's an asterisk by it, because all 3 of them established artists. That's like saying LSG, like they were all around.
But did they have an album though? They had an album together.
Let me ask you this: was the TGT better than LSG?
Yes, absolutely.
Boy, you better stop playing in these streets.
Absolutely.
No way. Oh. All time. Listen.
You ain't gonna be talking about my boys like that.
Listen. If we talking about best album of all time, best debut albums of all time, who has to be on there? Link has to be on that list, bro.
And if you ain't from Texas, you probably don't even know who you talking about.
Has to be on that list. And I'm gonna be honest, I think that you also got to put Case on that as far as that, but Link in particular.
They're killing all of them though, bro.
Oh my gosh, though, man. I just remember Link and How Would You Like It If I Hit You with the 69? Oh yeah. Would you like it on time? Would you hit the high spot when you miss? Listen, bro.
What about Sterling Silver?
Sterling Sims.
Yeah.
I don't think, listen, I wouldn't put Sterling Sims on there because I don't think that most people even know who he is or heard his album. But his first album, listen, there was an album where what was it before Confessions? There was Usher was in between this little bag where he not fell off. It may have been right after Confessions. Where what was the next album? You said that the next one that he had that you loved it, and I was like, Well, anywho, Sterling Sims comes out with this debut album that I thought, whoa, this looked like this could be what I thought Usher's follow-up album would sound. It's incredible. And I don't think that most people ever even heard of it though, bro.
Nah, and his album go hard, bro.
Yes, I think, Ryan Leslie, got it. These are my personal favorites. First album out though, bro. I got Blackstreet, Chris Top is on it though, man. So listen, we gotta listen, keep us honest on this. We gotta put together a bracket to talk about the best debut R&B album since 1990. And I'm gonna tell you this right now, I am biased, but I'm not gonna say it's Beyonce. Beyonce is not my choice, by the way.
So before we get out of here, man, relationship question. Relationship question.
What you got, bro? What you talking about, Willis?
So there's a statement that's been floating around for years that says, happy wife, happy life.
Or let me ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
Because we want to be because of today's climate here, do we want to be gender neutral and say happy spouse, happy house, or are we saying specifically wife?
The thing is that it does. I'm asking.
Let's go wife. Let's go.
Yeah, because I'm asking, like, do the women really put in that for their husbands, like where it's like I'm concerned about his happiness, or are they like, no, he's supposed to spoil me? That's where I'm getting at. Like, is that responsibility the same? That's what I want to know. Because I typically, from the circles that I speak in, when with my brothers, we talk about having like a 80-20 rule for the sake of,
what is the 80-20 rule?
The 80-20 rule is I'm going to give you the truth. It's going to be 80% true. There's 20% where I'm holding back feelings and true raw emotions for the sake of feelings. Like if I say 100% of what I feel in some occasions, it could be very, very detrimental and very, very hurtful. So, when you hear happy wife, happy life, it's like you sacrifice so much, and speaking in relationships, you know what I'm saying? Yes, there's give and take, but it feels like from the man's perspective, it's more give than there is take. So Dixon says she's a spoiler. Expound on that.
I think that this is the thing that I find to be very interesting about that statement. And mind you, we're two guys, so our perspective would be a little different, right? Than and we're two married guys at that, though, right? But I think that to say, hey, at the end of the day, as long as my wife is happy, then I'm happy. I think that that's an unfair assessment on happiness, unless the guy who says that my only concern in life is just to make sure that my wife is happy. And I think that me personally, I think that I just I don't know, bro. Like that to me, that's it's an outdated belief, right? But I think that personally, dog, I think that to me personally, man, like I think that at some point, everybody has to put the owning on themselves to be happy. Like if you're waiting for me to make you happy, right? I might let you down, bro. Like you know what I'm saying? Like if you and I think that I choose to be happy though, bro. I'm a happy person regardless though. And sometimes that may come across like I don't care or whatever, but you know, but to say that, well, I have to live solely to make sure that this person that I said I do to, that she is at happy at all time, because if she's not happy, then my life isn't happy. I just don't think that that's necessarily true.
Well, I mean, generally speaking, they say that men typically have a hard time communicating. And so it's interesting because all the dudes that I know are talkers. So it's like it always trips me out where it's like I hear women say like, oh, my husband doesn't tell me this, or he doesn't really speak like this, and I'm thinking like, dang, all my bros, we're good at saying exactly how we feel when we feel it, or whatever the case may be. But yeah, I don't know, man. The whole deal about happy wife, happy life. Like I said, is it equal on the part of the women doing for their husbands like that to make sure that they're happy? I'm wondering that's if you, in the comments, man, let us know what you think.
Listen, bro. I think this is the thing when it comes to the communication, right? Especially that thing about men not communicating. What dog? We can sit. It's how, to me, I don't think it's that men don't communicate. It's how receptive are you to the way that man communicates, right? She said the majority of men are not talkers. We talk every Tuesday.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, though. We are exceptions to the rule.
I don't. Listen, bro. You listen, Ace Kennedy. These Dallas Cowboy fans will defend these Dallas Cowboys to their dying breath, and they can tell you every single way that this is their year in detail and try to communicate in a manner to make you believe that this year is different. Dog, guys will have a very in-depth and statistical conversation of why Jordan is the GOAT or why LeBron is. Dog, it's a
when it comes to relationships, though, bro, it's different. Like, for instance, if the stereotypical conversation of if two people, if a husband and wife or significant others are together and they say, "Yo, how was your day?" A dude would be like, "Oh, it was all right, it was cool," you know. But a woman would be like, "Oh, well, shoot, when I got up this morning, man, I went to go make some coffee and the Keurig wasn't working. And then when I went and got in the refrigerator, the light bulb wasn't on, and I finally got the light bulb working." And it's a process. And so that's what I'm saying. It's just like, so you're right when they want to talk about the things they want to talk about, and that could be frustrating to their significant others. Is like, well, I hear you talking on the phone to him about the PlayStation 5 or this, that, and the other, the Cowboys or whatever. But when I ask you a question, you ain't got nothing to say.
So this is my thing though, man. So I think that a lot of that has to do with this though, bro. It's like at that point, right? The 80-20, right? So let's talk about it. Let's expound on this.
Yeah.
So our for you and I, we some people refer to the 80-20 like the Tyler Perry movie 80-20. We talk about 80-20 and saying, listen, I may feel a certain way about something, right? And when I'm having a conversation with my significant other, because I'm concerned about how she may react to what I'm about to say, or how she feels matters to me, then I may have to filter what I'm going to say. Right. So I'm not going to lie to her. But if I was talking to you, I can tell you that my 100%, keep it all the way 100, like they say. I'm going to keep it offended. And I can tell you because at the end of the day, it's not your feelings that I'm concerned about if I'm telling you about the same thing. Right. So with her, I am concerned. Right. So I may say, listen, I'm gonna take some of the sting off of this. I ain't gonna give her all the bars, right? I'm gonna filter it down some so that I'm not hurt. I'm not gonna lie, right? But I do feel like, with respect to her feelings, that I won't be brutally honest, not on every time, right? You just can't. To me, you can't. It's just weird. It feels like a very uncomfortable situation to be brutally honest, 100% of the time. It doesn't leave any room from that though, man. And so the 80-20 is saying, let me just take off at any time 80% of the steam. And I'm going to keep it. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to tell you the truth and I'm going to be honest with you. But I'm going to save some of this 20 because if I give you the whole 100, somebody's feelings might get hurt.
Right.
Right. So I think that that's where. And so, but the problem is, though, is I think that when a lot of times if a guy says, if a woman thinks that a guy has an issue with communication, it's because, well, he may have an issue with holding back that 20. So he might just feel like, I ain't even trying to hurt your feelings like that. And I'm just talking about if it was something that was a disagreement, right? If it was just a principle, disagreement foundation, we just don't agree on not just the issue at hand, but the principle under that, right? And so I think that when that happens, though, man, he may taper back what he's holding some punches, though, man. And so I think that that's where, when it comes to not being able to, he can communicate, but he's holding back so he's concerned about your feelings, though, at the same time. But I think that aside from that, though, man, I think that just being able to talk in general, man, I think that I'm not going to, I know that you and I have no issue with speaking freely, even though we do abide by the 80-20 rule, right? But I think that some people feel like if I can't give you 100%, then I'm not going to go there at all. And
yeah, I think the 80-20 rule, though, we kind of established that. I don't know that all dudes think like that. Like you just said, like if they can't give it to you 100% raw, then it's like, what's the point? But that backlash from women is real because there's a lot of emotions packed behind the conversation with them. You know what I'm saying? So that thing can get heated quick.
Like my thing is that are you really prepared to receive my communication in the way that's as healthy, right? Like you may want me to, you may feel like I don't tell you. So let's just say if I'm one of those guys, right? If I'm one of those guys who you say, oh, well, a girl says, hey, yeah, when I'm asking you how you feel about this, that, and the other, you tell me, you keep it short with me. But then with some of the homies, you go through all this other stuff. Well, that may be the case with them because I can communicate with them freely with no consequences necessarily, or no expectation that we got to go back and forth and all this other stuff. So are you saying, though, that you're prepared to receive how I communicate, though? It's one thing that if you're talking with your girls and it's all fine that females can communicate with each other, but it's like, are you really prepared to be able to receive communication from a man in the way that he communicates? So I don't think that everybody can, though.
Yeah, I don't think so. And, it's definitely partner specific. So you just need to know the way that your partner communicates. But
let me ask you this. Okay. Let me ask you this, though, bro. Do you feel any less comfortable about keeping it 80% versus 100? Or is it, or is it that no, it's mission accomplished either way?
No, I think it's mission accomplished. My thing is that the thing is that the point of communication is so that the receiver receives the message from the sender. That's the point. So if I can get the message there without the extra 20% of emotion, then it's beneficial for all parties.
Listen. I just don't listen. Let me ask you this. Do you want the missus to be 100 with you all the time, right? Listen. No, I don't. I saw that the homegirl V said, no, I drink my chase. That's how I want my information. Straight, no chase. Do you want the female to be?
V is a different. She's different.
Listen, I don't like. I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. And it's not because I feel like 80. I think 80 is a lot, bro. 80 means that I'm not lying to you and I'm telling you the truth, right? I don't know. It's one thing about being, it's one thing about not lying to me, bro. It's another to feel like you can see. This is the problem that I have. The problem that I have when you want somebody to be 100, because a lot of times people feel like when they be in 100, that means they can tell it to you how they think, how they hear it, how they say it in there. That's tough, right? Because you think about it like this, right? The problem that I think that I'm not going to say men, but men like me would have, right, is that a female, you may go to work all day long, 8 hours a day, 10 hours a day, and you communicate with people and you never pop off at people, even though they deserve it. You still have to be professional. You still have to have a certain level of professionalism, right, in the workplace. You can't go off on everybody. Even if you think it, you can't say everything the way that you really want to say it. I don't think that guys like me would want you as part of you keeping it 100. I don't want you to feel like you can talk to me any kind of way at the expense of you keeping it 100. Like if that's what keeping it 100 means, that you can talk to me any kind of way, then nah, keep it 80 with me. Then taper back somebody, keep it 90 at me. But don't think that I'm gonna be cool with you saying I'm just keeping it real with you. Like, nah, keeping it real with me. Give me the same courtesy that you giving them people at the job by you holding back your tongue and holding back how you saying something. You keep it at 80 with them. I don't deserve. I earned that, right?
The thing is, too, for those of us that seen the Chappelle Show, know that there's a segment called "When Keeping It Real Goes Wrong." You don't want to be on that one of them episodes, so it's best that you try to keep it 80. Like, there's just certain, the message can be received without necessarily being 100. Because I think the 20%, like I said, I think that's where emotions lie, and so that's when you trying to cut deep. You know what I'm saying? Like, because it's the 20% to me is the emotion. I think the 80% is the message and the truth. But
Facts.
The 20% is the emotion, and so you try to keep the emotion out of any conversation if you're trying to get your point across. In my opinion,
so facts over feelings.
Facts over feelings.
I think that my thing though, bro,
my Robert love for you.
But even then, I don't necessarily. I don't have a problem with the emotion. The emotion helps me understand how you feel about that particular topic. What I'm not good with, though, is that you mean to tell me, right, that I didn't earn the credit with you to be able to hold back you talking to me any kind of way? Like
emotion. That's see, the emotion goes two different ways. Not so you can still give some emotion in the 80, meaning that how this made me feel.
Right.
Like the anger aspect behind the emotion, like now I'm gonna say things that I know will typically cause a response. Again, there comes a point in time when you're 100% that you lose focus of the facts and you're now focused on the feelings. And so the thing is that if you can keep the emotional aspect out of it, the anger, and get to the root of it, like, hey, this is where the emotion comes from. Right. That to me is more beneficial.
You might be keeping it 100. I don't like your 100. How about that? That's the way I look at that. Like, I get that to you, if you feel like, well, I'm your significant other, I should be able to speak to you free. That's fine, right? But at the same time, if I'm holding you down, if don't nobody rock with you the way I do, don't nobody hold you. I earned that, right? Like I at least would have earned. So from that. That's respect. And so I think that to me, if you keeping it 100, and to me, if I don't like your 100, then that's an issue. And I think that the problem, when females in particular try to, and I don't want to speak on behalf of all females, and I don't want to speak on behalf of all guys, but I'm just saying that from my experience from talking with some of the homies, I think that the issue that I think the guys typically have, and when it comes to communication, is that, for one, I think that they're saying, listen, you sometimes I don't like how you communicate. It's not that I don't communicate. I don't communicate because I don't like how certain things go with you. That is the issue, though.
Yeah, and like you said, it's just one of those things, like, out of respect for your coworkers or whatever, you don't take it to that next gear. So why can't I get the same?
I need the same. I earned the credit with you now.
When I'm
My
like,
resume-
don't talk to me like you talk to your friends, because you don't be letting them. You be letting them get away with all this stuff. But I say one thing, and you at DEFCON 12. Like, nah, they don't work.
It goes both ways. It goes because this is my thing. You can't be with your homies and you Mr. Humble with your homies, and then you Mr. Rah with your girl. Like, she deserved that. She giving you the cakes at night. What we gonna do about that, bro? So I'm saying though, man. But to me, I think that the issue when it comes, but back to that original, happy wife, happy life. I just think that to me, it's just like I understand that to me. It's outdated, that concept of it. But I think that
happy house, like you said.
Happy spouse. That essentially means that but then here's the thing though. This is a whole nother can of worms, and this was open up because this is my thing. Like, if you choose to be happy, right, and you're just a happy person, right, and that to me means that you don't have to make me happy. You can contribute to my happiness, and by contribute meaning that you can very well just not be the one taken away. Don't suck away my energy. And by you not sucking away my energy, then that basically helps me maintain my happiness, right? My level of happiness and whatnot.
See, see, that's the thing. I disagree with that.
Disagree with that?
Yes, I disagree. I think that if you're choosing to be with someone, you're choosing to aid in their happiness, because to me it makes me happy when my spouse is happy, so I'm trying to do things to make her happy. But the thing is the way that you're explaining is like, well, if I'm just a happy person, I should be happy, and if she does contribute, cool, but if not, then it should just still be on me. That's the way I took what you said.
I get that. I guess what I'm saying is this. I'm saying to me, what I'm saying to you is that if you're gonna be this is my thing. Don't rely on me to be your source of happiness. That's what I'm saying. That's what I mean. Right. That's what I mean. Like, what I'm saying is that if you're not happy by yourself, don't expect for me to be the one. Like, I may come and pep you up one day, but don't be like, well, what have you done today to make me happy? I'm not. I'll disappoint you every time. And so that's what I'm saying. Like, for me, because I choose to be happy, to me, you aiding my happiness is not sucking away my joy, right? You don't have to always be doing something to contribute to my happiness, though.
I understand that. I mean, like you said, if I'm coming off a high, off of work or whatever that happened in the day, don't be the one to come take the hot air out the room. Like,
right.
Because you don't enjoy when I'm having fun without you, so you want to come and take a pen and pop my balloon. Like, don't do that. Like, you can't do that. So.
Right. That's what I mean. Like, I think that's the thing. But it's interesting to me though, man, that when people say happy life, happy wife, you mean to tell me like she's needing you to make her happy? Or what if she's just happy already? That means that your life should be good too, then, right? Because she's happy. That's what I mean. So when people say happy life, happy wife, if they're meaning that I got to always be doing things, I got to always be on this search for ways to make her happy, I guess I just don't agree with that. And if somebody chooses to live that way, then I understand it. If that's your only purpose in life is to try to make that person happy every single day, then go for it though, man. But it's not for me though.
We ain't fixing a comment on this because we'd be here all day. But I'm gonna go ahead and keep it a buck.
100 or 80?
Now I'm about to keep it 100.
Keep it 100.
So a lot of people think that happy wife, happy life is referring to the fact that if you make your wife happy, then she gonna come off the cakes. And that's our show, folks.
Get that music going on, Ace Candy. Get the music. Get the music. Hurry up and get the music. Hurry up.
The Slash Brothers Podcast, the greatest podcast of all time.